Lamine Yamal has taken the football world by storm. At just 18 years old, Lamine Yamal is already rewriting the history books at Barcelona. Fans, coaches, and legends of the game agree that Lamine Yamal is not just the future of Spain, but the present star of European football.
You have to give credit where credit is due. This is, he's 17. No, like it's...
It shows how good he is. He's 16.
He's won a Euros. He ain't just been a part of a squad, he's won a Euros as one of the main players.
From the streets of Mataró to the grand stage of the Camp Nou, Lamine Yamal's story is one of destiny fulfilled. Barcelona once paid nothing to develop him, yet today he is valued at over £200 million. In a team filled with stars, Lamine Yamal has emerged as the shining light. The number 10 trusted to lead the club into a new era. His dribbles, his vision, his goals. Every touch of the ball brings comparisons to Messi. But more and more fans believe Lamine Yamal is carving out his own unique legacy. When Lamine Yamal made his Barcelona debut at just 15 years old, few realized they were witnessing the birth of something special. He wasn't just another academy graduate, he was different. His composure, his confidence, and the way he embraced the pressure of wearing the Barcelona shirt made it clear that this was not an ordinary teenager. The media immediately drew attention to him, calling Lamine Yamal the jewel of La Masia, the brightest prospect since Messi himself. His debut created shockwaves, and soon he was no longer just a promising youngster. He was becoming a household name.
How do you protect him when he's so good? He's good enough to play for any team in world football. That's how good I think he's a superstar.
His first few appearances for Barcelona were filled with flashes of brilliance. Lamine Yamal wasn't scared to take on seasoned defenders. He wasn't overwhelmed by the weight of expectation. Instead, he thrived under the spotlight. The statistics began to pile up, with goals, assists, and dribbles completed at a rate that outshone players much older than him. In his very first full season, he was already contributing in ways that made him indispensable to Xavi's squad. Then came the moment every Barcelona fan had been waiting for. Lamine Yamal's first El Clásico. Facing Real Madrid has always been the ultimate test, and for a teenager to step into that cauldron is never easy. But what happened in the 2024/25 season went beyond imagination. Lamine Yamal tore apart Real Madrid's defense with a performance that instantly went down in history. His fearless dribbling, his vision to create chances, and his ability to score under pressure made Madrid's defenders look helpless. The Santiago Bernabeu fell silent when Lamine Yamal delivered the decisive blows, and the Barcelona faithful celebrated the arrival of their new superstar. That Clásico wasn't just a game. It was the night Lamine Yamal announced himself to the world. After that, the comparisons intensified. Could Lamine Yamal be the next Lionel Messi? Journalists, pundits, and even former players debated endlessly.
Lamine, the first thing I was, wow, this guy is like, how is possible in this age? He's already on this kind of level, you know, and even that he was 16 years old, that was still like, come on, it's impossible to be so good, so, you know, so clever also in this age.
Yet while the comparisons were flattering, many pointed out that Lamine Yamal had his own style. He wasn't trying to be Messi, he was trying to be himself. His left foot carried the same magic, yes, but his vision, his passing range, and his calmness under pressure added new dimensions. He was redefining what it meant to be a right winger at Barcelona. In 2024, Lamine Yamal won the Copa Trophy, cementing his place as the best young player in the world. But the story didn't end there. Just 1 year later, he did it again. And this time, he made history. Lamine Yamal became the first player ever to win the Copa Trophy twice. Nobody before him had managed it. Not Mbappé, not Haaland, not Pedri. At only 18 years old, Lamine Yamal had already carved his name into the history books as a record breaker unlike any other. But the milestones didn't stop there. In 2025, the unthinkable happened. The Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris saw the world's greatest players gathered together, legends and icons of the game waiting to hear their names. And there, sitting among them, was Lamine Yamal, still just a teenager. When the votes were counted, he finished second, behind Ousmane Dembélé, who claimed the golden ball. It was Dembélé's moment of glory, but the fact that Lamine Yamal had already reached the Ballon d'Or podium at 18 was staggering. He wasn't just in the conversation. He was at the very top of world football, standing shoulder to shoulder with the game's elite. For Barcelona fans, it was a proud moment. For Spain, it was a glimpse of the future. And for the football world, it was confirmation that Lamine Yamal wasn't just hype, he was reality. To become the first double Copa Trophy winner and the youngest player ever to finish second in the Ballon d'Or rankings, all before turning 19, was something nobody thought possible. Yet Lamine Yamal had done it. His international career mirrored his club success. Lamine Yamal became the youngest player to ever represent Spain, and he wasted no time in leaving his mark. He scored in big games, created goals out of nothing, and gave Spain's attack a new identity. For a country that had been searching for its next superstar, Lamine Yamal provided hope. Wearing the Spanish shirt, he carried the dreams of millions, and already fans were whispering that maybe, just maybe, he could lead Spain to glory at future European championships and World Cups. What makes Lamine Yamal so unique isn't just his skill, but his mentality. Coaches have praised his work ethic, teammates admire his humility, and the media marvel at his maturity. He doesn't get carried away by the hype. He remains grounded, focused, and determined to improve.
We all know he's a skillful player, but can you go into that game and handle the physicality? And he's been able to do it with immensely well, which is really surprising.
While many young stars fade under the pressure, Lamine Yamal seems to grow stronger with every challenge. This is what separates him from the rest: talent combined with character. As Barcelona's number 10, Lamine Yamal carries a responsibility like no other. That shirt has been worn by legends: Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Messi. For the club to hand it to Lamine Yamal at such a young age was a statement of trust and belief, and he has repaid that trust with performances that make the fans proud. Every time he steps onto the pitch at Camp Nou, there's a sense of excitement, a feeling that something magical is about to happen. He has restored joy to Barcelona supporters who had endured years of financial struggles and uncertainty. Opponents, too, have acknowledged his greatness. Defenders admit that marking Lamine Yamal is one of the hardest tasks in football today. Former legends have praised him openly, calling him a generational talent. The media in Spain, England, and across Europe cannot stop talking about him. Headlines scream his name week after week because everything he does seems to rewrite the record books. Lamine Yamal is not just Barcelona's future, he is their present. At 18, he has already achieved what many players dream of their whole careers: 2 Copa trophies, record-breaking performances, domination in El Clásico, and a Ballon d'Or runner-up finish behind Ousmane Dembélé. Yet everyone knows this is only the beginning. The ceiling for Lamine Yamal doesn't seem to exist. Some believe he could go on to become one of the greatest players of all time. The journey ahead is long, but if the past is anything to go by, Lamine Yamal will continue to shine. Barcelona found their £200 million winger for free, a gift from La Masia to the world. In him, they see the heartbeat of a new era, the leader of a new generation. For Spain, he represents hope of returning to the summit of world football. And for fans everywhere, Lamine Yamal is the reason to believe in the magic of football once more. And so, as the story continues, all eyes remain fixed on this extraordinary teenager. Because Lamine Yamal is not just living up to the hype, he is surpassing it. And the world of football has only just begun to witness his greatness.